Hey guys, we're back. That's right. Wall-to-wall treetop tall, Leesburg, Florida, coming at you.
I think one of those white birds that we were messing with today is up on the cell tower, just pecking at it, right, paying us back.
How about the exotic wildlife?
Remember the question that you asked before we dropped it off?
What's the biggest hurdle you're going to face this week?
You got it.
Oh,
That
boom.
wasn't it.
It wasn't?
No.
Oh, I thought it was.
I don't know what it was, but it wasn't that.
Turkey, yeah, it was. We were just talking about some of this.
Feel like you're going to have one spot that you can go
You're not going to have
every day.
You're not going to have two rods on the deck of the boat?
I'll probably have 4.
Oh, okay.
You know,
so you're going to have to be hole jumping.
But
You'll be doing the same pretty much fishing-wise, but you'll be hole jumping.
yeah, I'm going to have to move around a lot.
Gunning.
You know, cover a lot of water.
It's really not a hurdle.
You know, I might not, I'll probably fish stuff 10 or 15 times a day.
You feel pretty good about this week, don't you?
Yeah.
That's good, man.
Yeah, I feel really good.
Does that add extra pressure to you, or like your mindset? We've been talking about Jeff Fitz. Don't you worry. You've been your name's been coming up a lot down here.
I'll have 2 rods on the front deck of my boat, but there'll be about 12 others to go with.
So, the fans, who's going to have a camera on day one? Both these gentlemen sitting at this table on Thursday will both have one of our 10 live stream cameras in their boat with both of these.
Did either one of you know that before we started this?
I did not know.
Did you?
I
know?
knew that.
You knew? Biggest hurdle.
Well, now you just threw
How about having a camera on the boat, bro?
Yeah, that adds a little more pressure, but I'll just pretend he's my buddy fishing along with me, and I'll just
We
get
do
out
have
there
some
and get
great
after it.
camera guys, man.
Yeah.
We are fortunate as far as that goes. But that does, but you're no sweat, right?
No,
Camera,
so
no big deal.
I've been in fishing TV show, hunting TV show production for 20 years, so in Iowa every so often. So they walk around up there. If it's a 10-pound bass this week, yeah, I'll take the 10.
Yeah. Good answer. Good answer. Dude, so when we talk about, we saw what happened with BPT the other week and everything down here, but when you hear Florida, you think about the speed worm and you think about the double source or old lure, and it was a double source from back in Civil War. I don't know, but just like it's crazy to see those lures that have been, everybody wants that JDM stuff, that's yada, 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 but we're still throwing. How many other places are you throwing a tournament, that top water, that?
There's a good possibility.
Okay.
So,
speed worm?
Why
is that so good for the folks at home? What makes that bait so good? Why is it you hear about the speed worm here and you hear about the double source here, but not so much other places? Why is that so big here on the Harris Chain of Lakes or just Florida in general?
So in my opinion, all of our water in Florida has needlefish. They've come in, but I think that speed worm profile makes them think of a needlefish. And in the
St. John's, and they're big. I haven't seen any
I've seen
12, 13, 14-inch
yeah.
needlefish up there that are common, and you'll see bigger ones.
Oh, yeah. The needlefish in the St. John's are massive big.
And what about the water? Is the water temp going to be an issue? Because it seems I might try to put you in a straitjacket. Because I've asked that question to everybody. So, hidden bass? Ain't no.
And I'm like, there's no way. And Peter T's one of my closest friends, and I called him. I said, Dana Lakes, the last day of May, off of bed and fish. I have seen the first week of June in the St. Johns River, actually the Ocklawaha River, part of the St. Johns, a fish over 10 pounds on bed. So it happens.
Have mercy.
It's rare,
right? But
it does happen. But our deer, defined hunting rut like my buddy's place in Iowa. When you go up there and you got like this 2-week period and it's just bam, it's unreal. Here it's just you're just in the woods. But our bass are the same way.
So you said seeing a 10-pounder on a bid and all that. Speaking of 10-pounders and big fish, what do you think, Matt, the big fish will be for this tournament? Potentially could be, or
I think we'll see one over 9 for sure.
Really? Because right now it's 6.15 is our big fish for the season so far.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of 8s and 9s.
There's a lot of 8s and 9s in Texas, but nobody caught them.
Yeah.
They're going to catch them here, though?
I think we're going to see them.
I like hearing it.
I had it in my hand.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. What do you think what do you think we'll see? You think double digit?
I think there's a very strong possibility of seeing an 11-pounder quite in here.
Now you said something interesting earlier. You brought up 30 pounds a day. Do you think we can see that? You think we can? What big bag for the tournament?
35 pounds. There is potential. Most definitely potential in this lake.
What's going to be the winning weight?
I believe it'll be right around 70.
Last night we had one guy say 56.
54.
54.
Don't give him the extra 2 pounds. I wrote it down.
Yeah.
What do you say about that guy? I think 54 might get it.
I think there's a reason he's saying that. I don't agree with it. I've fished down here a lot, but 51.
51.
Yeah.
Quite a ways down
Okay,
there, like
what-
60 something.
Okay, so that's good. And you?
I have no idea.
Okay. Oh,
I had one good tournament, one bad tournament.
well, of course, we all know the goal for this tournament is to win, right? What do you think you need in order to climb that AOI? You know, what are you looking at? What's Matt going to be happy with coming out of this tournament, other than the W? You know,
Top 10.
okay. And that's easily achievable for you with your history
that's
here.
a goal I set, 17 a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Get that top 10?
Yeah.
I think 17 a day to make the top 10.
What do we need a day to make that 36, that check line? For you folks at home that don't realize, it's about a 420. It fluctuates 425. What
It's 425 set.
set? Okay, it doesn't fluctuate at all. I stand corrected. It's $425,000 purse. First place is $50,000, and then it goes down a little bit. Then we hit at one point it goes to 9,000 down to 36.
Yes. So around 20th place, 20. I think make another jump step from 20 down to 36.
So then we go to 36 spot pays 9,000. 37th spot pays a big old fat donut. So what's it going?
For you're either going to hit them or you're not.
So we're talking about a 70-pound. We're talking about 70 pounds could win it, but 11 or 12 a day could get a check. The math just doesn't make sense.
It
45.
was 15. It's close. 15 pounds a day.
Yeah.
Is what if you got.
That's
you
what
had,
it was
you
at
had to
Wright
catch
Patman.
15 a day to get paid.
And we have
that
bigger
was-
fish here, but it just the qualities could be different. We kind of went over this last night, but like why?
If you put a bait in front of a fish, he's most likely going to eat it. I've seen guys fishing with wild shiners and seen a bass swim right by a wild shiner and just kind of look at it and then just.
An hour later, and you'll catch a limit in 5 casts. You know, it's just, and I don't know why. I can't give you the answer why it's that way. You just got to hit it perfect.
What about? I hear a lot like down here. I've been hearing too about we need wind with blue skies. We want to have the sun out with wind instead. Like I've heard guys refer to they want sun instead of overcast. Is that a thing here? Like
For my style of fishing,
because it's lower pressure, but the sun puts them in more predictable positions. They're amazing, but that power pole charge is unreal. But my power poles, Glenn Brown, God rest his soul, he's starting to catch fish, and we got to the room, and I said, Glenn, man, they're starting to move out.
them to use.
But it sounds.
5 bites all day, and they're all going to be 6-pounders. I couldn't do it.
Right.
It's not built in me.
Well, plus too, man, it's gonna be warm out there, and we touched on something. You actually talked about how important it is. These guys are from here and there, but we're in Florida talking about hydration.
To me, this isn't hot.
Dreading going out there for 3 days. I'm gonna be chasing y'all. I'm gonna spend a minute with you. I'm gonna be.
You need to get you a big old hat.
Yeah.
And with a
Big
little
old sombrero.
fan with the
Oh
sport
yeah, the
bottle.
fan necklace.
Listen, dude,
I need to get 2 box fans.
don't underestimate the big hat. Like that shade
I'm
it
not
throws on
hating.
your neck
Yeah.
and back and shoulders.
It
Like
makes a huge difference. I
They
got one
make
in my
the
boat.
mist fan. It's got
Oh, yeah. Is that
It's huge. And unfortunately, I believe the fish lives are stressed right now. This is one thing that it's a bad subject.
Oh, I know where you're going. I was going to ask you about it, so bring it.
I'm actually appointed to a group with the state of Florida for contractor oversight because it should be to have open areas for boat traffic. So don't go out and spray, 600 or 700 acres of one block. Cut boat trails down the side, let them go. They just kind of went over on their side.
On
So-
what it does and how it works.
So from what I've read, the biggest product they use is Aquathol, which to me, if you're going to use a herbicide, it's the best herbicide to use because it's a contact herbicide and it doesn't stay in the water column. There's a product called Sonar and I think one called Priscillacor. That Sonar will stay in the water testable for 9 months, and it moves all over. I mean, that's what originally killed this chain back in the 80s. They come out and they nuked it with Sonar. And if you remember, bass wouldn't even come back here because it took like 14 pounds to win a tournament. And it was just bad. And now, fishery-wise, the Harris chain right now is, in my opinion, the very best fishery in the country. Nowhere else can you go day in and day out and see 30-pound bags weighed in all year long.
That's incredible.
There's places in Texas they catch big bags, but it's a certain narrow part of the year.
Right.
You know, I love going up north and catching those giant smallmouth, but that's a certain time of the year. Harris Chain of Lakes, 30-pound bags every single weekend.
What's habitat, right? Like, so when you start talking about what it does to the fish, when you talk about stressing a fish, when you destroy its habitat and it has to relocate and move and learn how to hunt and feed and establish those patterns again, that in itself causes stress on the fish, right? So it's funny you said that. I had a discussion with FWC earlier this week about fish care. I said, look, man, we feel like as an organization that is not catch, weigh, release, right? We bring them to the scales. Our fish do not leave the live well until they come on stage. They're out of the bag for 90 seconds to 120 seconds, and then they're in a release boat with a chemically tested and lake-matched water content that is at the perfect temperature for those fish to have the highest survivability. So we take extreme care to take care of our fish. But my thing back to them was, I need you guys to do your part.
In consideration?
Well, one thing the guys got to remember is constantly just put a handful or two of ice in there, keep the water cool. You know, they did a less shock on the fish to put them in that colder water than for them to be underneath the lids. You know, I've been in boats that was just an aluminum.
Do you do anything special, Matt? I know we're about to wrap.
You know, definitely the G-Juice.
Also, another play for that charge of yours. You were out there like, oh, 1 pound. But we are trying, you know, like.
A fish that is stressed has to live is to go back in the big water, right? Like,
absolutely.
I want to hear from you guys, honestly, like, that 1 pound, it has to drive your motivation to take care of we work hard to catch them.
This year we've had guys miss a check by 3 ounces.
I looked at it and I unhooked it, and I'm like, I would never put that in my live well. Because you hook one in the tongue, it's a death sentence. I don't know why.
Is that right?
I've never had one live that was hooked in the tongue. So if I had nothing in my box, or if I had 4 and I needed one, I would not have put that in my live well because of the pound rule.
Oh, wow. How about that?
Yeah.
That's something to think about going out here, too, man.
They're all watching. All my friends back in Colorado, miss you guys. Eagle Cloud Trocar, Seagar, Strike King, Luz, Maui Jim Sunglasses. They're my people, and I appreciate them very much.
Awesome, man. Jeff?
Yeah.
Anybody you want to say hey to?
Obviously, you know, Power Pole, they've been so good to me, and their products are amazing. Falcon Bass Boats, in my opinion, the best boat on the water. Mercury Marine, Dakota Lithium Battery, Strike King, Luz, Arc Rods. I know I'm going to miss a lot of people. Trick Step, you know, Mark Heiser, who's one of our anglers.
Super nice guy.
Is a sponsor of mine. He's a great guy. And, you know, Seaguard, best fishing line on the world, hands down.
I'm a Seagar guy. I'm not sponsored by Seagar, but
I know a guy.
Yeah. I'm all about that Seagar line.
Recently on TikTok, Matt Massey Fishing.
Tell him, Jeff. I'm just dragging this out.
I'm an old school
Guys.
Appreciate it, fellas.
All right, guys.
All right, sit down, talk about life.
We don't play no games.
We look rough.
Flour tortilla, and it's actually fried on the flat top in chili oil to give it some nice flavor and a little bit of a crisp.
I just walk into a restaurant, get the catering menu.
It sounds like an after show meal, right? Like,
Right, yeah, perfect.
in my room.
Thank girl.
We also have a couple special events coming up. We have a car meet on June 19th. All makes and models and years are welcome.
Can you enter 3-wheelers? I have a Honda Big Red 3-wheeler.
That sounds fun.
Morning.
Yeah, bring it out.
Okay.
Anything you want to show off, you just line it up in our parking lot. We've got them all this time. Over the summer, we're going to be doing $5 specials for the hurricanes all summer long, whether you're finishing up a day out at the beach or you just want to feel like you're at the beach. You can come out and enjoy one with us, and those are going to be all day, every day, all summer.
Nice.
So that'll be fun. Another one of our signature sauces that we have here is going to be the Slap Your Mama sauce. It sounds insulting, but it is delicious, absolutely. It is a honey-based sauce with a little bit of garlic and just a hint of heat coming in through, and it's super nice, super tangy, and it's one of my personal favorites.
Nice.
It can go on almost anything in this entire menu.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, everything's
Yeah.
sauce.
Slap your mama.
Slap your
Yeah.
mom.
Slap my mama, you getting your feelings hurt. She going to jack some jaws. I can
Yeah, the
promise you
sauce
that.
won't be worth it.
Oh, no.
Absolutely not.
Mama don't play no games.
It is a good sauce, though. I don't know.
No, you never know.
Console your hurt feelings after.
Yeah. She's old school. What else you got?
I think that's it.
Is that it? All right.
I think so. That's all the key important points I was given.
I have a question.
Oh, okay.
I may have an answer.
No, so you have to give me a number. So we're having a 3-day tournament. Guys fish 3 days. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Their biggest 5 fish, cumulative weight for those 3 days. So 5 fish on Thursday, 5 fish on Friday, 5 fish on Saturday. I want your number for how much total weight you think it's going to take to win our tournament.
Don't.
I was like, no, I highly doubt that. I have seen one. I just don't weigh them.
If you can't figure out the 15, just what do you think the biggest bass will be?
Like we're in Florida, everything's better here,
Right.
kind of thing, right? Not big enough.
We do it. I'm sorry.
Give us a number.
I'm not aquatically
No, you don't even have to be.
knowledgeable.
What's your favorite number?
13.
There it is. Good one.
Is that a decent size?
It could be.
Okay.
This place could have a 13-pounder.
Could have. Totally possible.
Hey, good job.
Hey, thank you
Thank
guys
you
so much for the hospitality. Really
Thank
appreciate it.
you. My pleasure.
All right.
You guys have a wonderful night.
Yes, ma'am. We got Bobby and Terrence coming on now.
Yeah, man. Let's get them in here.
Thank you. Streaming on there as well. And we're going to get this thing on the tracks with Doug Chapin. Correct?
Chapin.
Oh, man, I thought I nailed it. Chapin. Okay, hold on. I got 2 hard ones. Chapin.
There's no chance. If you didn't get that one, you're not getting this one.
Polisani.
No, you said 2 different names.
Huh?
Judy.
Big booty Judy?
No.
Polisani.
Policini.
Ooh. Chapin and Policini. I'm horrible, man. I'm working on my reading.
That'll be deducted from your paycheck.
Right.
I'm over here just taking them off, bro. I'm like, he's paying us to work now.
Good luck with that. So here's the deal, folks. My man right here has been doing this for a while. He's been fishing for a while. He's been around. This is.
You saying I'm old?
I'm not. I didn't say you're old, but we kind of got. You're a little bit older than my man Doug. But he kind of like you and Doug have kind of kindled a friendship. It seems like. And because of the NPFL, did you guys know each other prior to the NPFL?
Nope, not at all. He just makes really good food, so I decided to.
Well, Doug, man, give us a little bit of insight on who you are and like what brought you here to NPFL, because you got kind of a pretty cool story, bro.
Yeah, so I got out of the military probably, I think it was like 6 years ago, and I decided after
What part
that,
of the military, if you don't mind me asking?
I was infantry in the Army.
Right on, man. Appreciate your service.
And when I got out of the military, I was kind of missing – I felt like I was missing something. And I had fished quite a bit when I was younger. And then when I was in the military, I met a friend at Fort Campbell. We started bass fishing. And then when I got out, I realized how much joy that actually brought to my life. And I needed something in my life to fill that void that the military – I didn't have anything anymore. And decided to start bass fishing. I made a 5-year.
It's more of the story than that. Like, far as, I mean, let's dig a little bit into it. Like, far as what were your sleeping accommodations and all that?
Oh, well.
That's kind of what brought you guys together a little bit.
I built a box. It's got drawers, and I sleep on top of it. So if anybody knocks on the window or something, I'll probably knock myself out. It's pretty small, but you got to do what you got to do to make the dream work. So
right on, bro.
I'm definitely more than happy to sleep in the back of my truck if I can make this work.
How'd you end up hooking up with him? And
It wasn't in the back of his truck. I don't know. We were at Eufaula, and everybody seems to know somebody, and I didn't know anybody. And he didn't know anybody, and I kind of looked around like, he's lonesome too. So I don't know really how. I really don't know how we ate dinner one night, and then his trolling motor broke, and I went and helped him fix it, and I don't know, somehow between then and there, we met Krista Fields. He introduced me to her, and I don't know, we traveled to Wright Patman together and hit it off, and we had a pretty successful, week down there.
Yeah, man, both of you, It was good stuff seeing you guys, man. It was.
Now we're here, and I don't know, we get along great. I mean, it was.
Getting Boudin?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my goodness. I might have to start living in my truck, too.
I was going to say, I was like, hey, he's like,
Son,
hey.
Yeah, we had the
I'm
whole
coming
cast
after with that Boudin.
I'm sleeping in my truck too, John.
through Omega, and I got a junior in college. I got a graduate this year, and I was telling him, I was like, I might be able to do it, and he's like, well, you need to. And I don't know, things have worked out at the house. I got a hell of a company that I work for local, and he's like, if you, we're both talking about trying to do some other things too associated with this, and I don't know. I just right now everything is just focused on NPFL. I'm really enjoying it.
That's good, man. Good deal. So, like I say, both of y'all coming off good tournaments at Wright-Patman and then coming down to Florida. How do you feel about that little bit of momentum you have coming into Florida, Doug?
Well, it definitely brings the confidence level up. Having a good tournament at Wright-Patman. All I can say about this is we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, practices.
Yeah, a lot can happen from now until the tournament starts.
How's practice been going, though, man? You can be tight-lipped with me? You give me a little something? Yeah, are you having a good practice, Doug? I will put you in the headlock right now. How's practice going?
Are you having a good practice?
It'll be all right.
Okay, all right, okay. All right. How about you, John?
The last time I was in Florida, which was right north of here, was in Ocala racing. And I said I'd never come back. And then we started with the tournament down here, and I was like, all right, something I can do.
Oh, come on. What are you racing?
I was racing dirt cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
modifieds and late
man.
models. But anyway, we kind of got out of that. Now we're fishing again. I was always in between. That's the
John,
this
what's
right
your
here,
Instagram?
the racing fish. This is
That's cool, yeah.
That's the racing. Next thing I know, that same guy started calling me the racing fish, and it just, I don't know, it's just one of them things kind of sticks to you. And I came up with this logo in a meeting because I don't do meetings very well. And so
That had nothing to do with the meeting you were
no,
in, huh?
I don't even know what the meeting. I don't even know what company I was working for at the time. But anyway, the racing fish just kind of stuck. We started putting it on race cars, and then we put it on boats, and then we put it on shirts and hats.
Right on. Well, let me ask you this, man. Being you have all the experience racing, do you implement any of that experience into fishing?
Oh yeah,
How so?
I drive fast.
See his shirt there.
Yeah. But, like, other than that, like, far as fishing or, like, far as discipline or anything, or, like, keeping your head in the game, because we all know, man, well, not we all know, but I grew up a little bit around racing, not a whole lot, but it's a mental game. It really can. It can.
Yeah, you can get spun out real quick. Nothing really that we did racing fits into the fishing other than,
Well, how about being around guys and camaraderie, your competitors?
That's huge. That's part of this NPFL deal. With the guys. Yeah, there's some guys everybody's nice. If you're broke down at the boat ramp or something, it's 10 people. I mean, they kind of worry you a little bit.
You helped somebody with a prop, Barth, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
And so I remember him saying something, but hey, man, I appreciate you helping me. You don't have to help me. I remember you hearing you say, oh, dude, I just like working on stuff.
Yeah, I like tinkering now. Yeah, I had an impact wrench, got it now. He's got as many tools as I do.
Oh, yeah?
Truck. So, yeah, he's talking about sleeping in his truck. I don't see how he does it because there's no room. He's got everything.
Like you said,
I think that's unique to. I don't want to say unique to our league because there are other, but everybody here, like, there's some guys who just get it, right? Like, hey, man, we don't have the service trailers and the, we're not there yet, but you guys are ready. Like, when you pulled up next to Barth, I'm like, hey, man, I'm gonna get out of here because I'm just gonna be in John's way. I guarantee that dude has a full-on air tank pneumatic gun, like
just ready to work on something.
He's like, where you need me at? So I think but you two, both guys are both very much in that vein where you're prepared. Because I don't have a service trailer to pull up to. I am my service trailer.
Just to toss it up, and I help people in the parking lot. I went to Lake Fork after pre-practice in in Wright-Patman, and there was a guy broke down in the parking lot. He was trying to figure out how to fix his trolling motor, so I fixed it for him. So I fix other people's stuff more
some
than
zip ties and duct tape, good to go. What was the problem with it? Not that it really matters. I'm just being nosy.
He bent the pin for the prop. And he couldn't get the prop off, so finally I got the prop off, and then the pin was actually bent in the shaft, so I had to hammer on it. But
you were able to fix stuff.
He had his dad's hammer.
yeah, the 3-pounder.
Oh, did you really? That's one way to get it done.
I'm curious because me being, I'm also the TD. I take all the phone calls. I am surprised that there's the haves and there's guys who aren't that way, like they don't carry a spare anything, right? And then there's guys who. I've got a trolling motor. I've got 17 props. I've got hubs.
An impact.
I've got every. You know what I mean? So here's my thing, man. And this all goes down to staying competitive. If you're not working with all your equipment, you're at a disadvantage. So how much work do you put into, Doug, because of the way you travel? And dude, I love your Instagram. I follow you.
Oh, the TikTok team, man. You're doing your social media is good, man. I like it.
Yeah. So you guys got to follow Doug because it's you're living the dream. It may not feel like it, but I think you are.
I think it's interesting, too, because sometimes he says things and does things that you would never expect him to say or do. Because he's just laid back. He's like, yeah, I'm Doug Chapin. I'm down there. And then he gets on TikTok. You're like, oh, look at this dude. So,
but prepared, right? Like, you and I have had this discussion, B. Like, if I was investing what some of these guys are investing, I would certainly find a way to have a spare
just
hub,
things you know. Yeah, sure.
Right? Spin a hub in a heartbeat, right? What's your mentality for that, Doug? Like, how do you know what I mean? Like, what drives that?
I don't know. Honestly, the reason why I brought all the tools wasn't really to fix my own stuff. It was more to help other people if they needed it.
Awesome.
But it's there if I need it to.
Right. You're like,
right on.
Yeah.
But I have pretty much everything that I need if somebody breaks down, other than, a new Mercury motor or something. But
So you're the guy that I love to run into, because I saw it in person with him with Barth. He got excited. He's like, what?
Yeah.
You need wrenches? You need stuff? He's like, oh, check this out, man. And it's, you know what I mean? Like, why are we taking the cowling off to fix the prop? You're like, don't you worry about it, Barth. Get back in your truck.
when he texted me at Eufaula, and I told him I was working on my trolling motor, he was all in.
Yeah.
He was,
Yeah.
where you at? I'm coming. So
Yeah, man, it's unique and awesome.
It is. It really is. We're talking about what we said, the momentum you have for Wright Patman, you as well, coming into Florida. What are you doing with that momentum? Like, how do you feel? Are you feeling good about this? Like, do you have any goals set for here? We know winning is always a goal, but as far as where you are in AOY and everything, because that last event really helped both of you.
yep.
Yeah, you want to leave the house saying, I'm going to win, I am. And when I leave the home, I'm going to win. And you get to practice, and you have practice like I had the last 2 days. I still want to win, and it's not out of the, it's believable.
Absolutely.
But,
Heck yeah.
But, I mean, really.
Why would you be here if you didn't think you could win,
That's
right?
right, yeah. But, I mean, my goal for this one is top 20. I mean,
Okay.
I need it for the points.
How many pounds a day do you need for top 20?
I think 14 and a half, 15,
Okay.
and then maybe one, 17-pound bag.
Doug,
I'd say that's pretty accurate.
you feel the same way? That you that's kind of like coming into this same deal.
Hey, waitress, knock the sawdust out of his water. Stop that. Go ahead.
I think probably to get into the top 36, it's going to take between 11 and 13 pounds, and then to win, it's probably going to take. I would think that will be roughly the same weights as Eufaula.
Really?
That's what I think.
What do you think about Big Fish, though? Big Fish right now is 615 for the year.
Which is insane. No, let's just call that what it is.
It's-
Like,
That's
Nobody could
That's
believe
going
it.
to get
dumbfounded.
shattered here.
That's-
It's going to get shattered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think it'll be?
I think it's going to be at least a 9.
How big was the big one you caught?
When?
Oh, I was just throwing darts.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Gotcha.
What do you think, John? Big Fish?
It's going to be broke here, but
Hard to tell.
Me, I ain't caught anything over about 14, 15
Well,
inches.
sometimes, you can't win it in practice, right?
I don't want to win it in practice, do I, Doug?
No.
You don't set the hook, you shake them off.
Have you shook off a lot this week?
I have shook off some stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, well, most of my stuff don't have hooks on it. I don't really shake off a whole lot.
Right.
Of stuff. Like you would die if you saw those Omegas with no hooks on them.
Talking about that and cutting and chopping, like here at Harris Chain Lakes, like I just talked about with Matt and Jeff, that devil source or that big prop bait and then the big speed worms, things of that nature. But you don't hear much about things with blades on it. I haven't, other than like the chatterbait, but spinner bait.
That's what I do. I mean,
Yeah.
I can be competitive doing that. Not at, maybe I can catch some fish, but in my mind I won't be. So I'm going to try to do what I need to do that makes me comfortable on a new body of water.
What you're already confident in, right?
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not going to lie. I'm not a finesse guy. I'm out looking for Bubba. And I need 5 bubbles a day, and that's what I'm looking for. And if Bubba sees that Omega, he's going to bite it.
Is there anything out there that Bubba likes that you've noticed so far being here? I mean, we know grass, but is it like anything you can give us, any insight?
Giant glide baits.
Oh.
Well,
Listen.
yeah, no.
No.
Don't
not
let him
today.
twist your arm, man. Like,
Not today.
All right,
Just
okay.
because simply for the fact that what I'm doing right now is not. I'm confident in it, kind of, sort of, but not really. I don't know. I mean, I could scratch up this one. I don't know.
It's interesting to hear you guys talk about, expectations. And you and I have had this conversation, you being on my Omega team, is expectations are set in practice.
What are they?
Expectations are set in practice.
These expectations.
Expectations are set in practice. So until you get there, you don't really know what you got until you go out and execute it, right?
Well, the thing about it is, even like when we were in Texas, we knew what was going on. We thought we knew what was going on, and we were on some really good fish, but we hadn't caught any. You
Right.
know, I caught 6 in 3 days, and I had a lot of bites. I'm doing the same thing here. I've caught 3 in 2 days, but I've had a lot of bites. Right. And I mean, I've actually seen some fish, but I hadn't put my hands on them, so I really don't know.
Right.
You know what's going on.
But I think, like Doug, you talked about earlier about being, hey, a top 20. Man, if I get a top 20, I'm going to feel good. Anything below that, I probably let one slip away. Yep. But anything above that, you're like, man, I got a top 10, and I wasn't. You know what I mean? So, I go back to you being happy with where you are in your fishing based on your practice.
I like to set a tiered system for my expectations so that I'm never always disappointed.
Right.
Obviously, everybody comes into this to win. That's the whole idea of it, right? It's a tournament.
But you know after practice if you can win or not.
Right. And I like to, a top 10 would be the next one, and then a top 20, and then cashing a check would be after that. So any one of those I'm going to be happy with.
What
Obviously, winning would be better. Second? Only if it was to you.
Good answer.
You're cooking me boudin afterwards.
I will. I'll do that.
Is that how it all started? Was the boudin? Is that when you fell in love?
Yeah.
Had you had it before he
I
made
had
it for
never even seen it before nor heard of it.
So you don't know if it's
where
good
are you
boudin or
from?
bad boudin.
Where are
You
you
just know
from?
it's good.
Wisconsin.
Okay, yeah, that
Good
explains it.
boudin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By Green Bay, kind of.
Okay. So if you're from Wisconsin, are you looking forward to Winnebago? Any history or thing on Winnebago?
I've fished a lot of tournaments there,
Oh, okay.
but it's, it can go either way. It really depends on the year. So
I know we're at Harris Chain Lakes, but we have you here now. What can we expect at Winnebago in August?
as far as weights,
No, just far as just life. Is it going to be miserable up there? 'Cause it's going to be hot, man.
It's
You go
gonna
there
be
in
hot.
August. Is it? Yeah.
hot and humid.
I love that. I love that so much. Everywhere's going to be hot and humid in the United States.
Listen, dude, I was up there that time last year. I left my house. It was 104. I get up there and I put a sweatshirt on when I get out of the truck. And everybody else is walking around in booty shorts and tank tops.
Because it's decent. So you say, I'm just kidding. What can we expect, like far as bags and stuff like that? Are we going to whack them up there? I mean, it's 130,000 acre altogether, but like how much of that 130,000 is fishable, or will we be fishing?
All of it.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
A lot. We are not cutting off any water.
There's no cutoff. There's you can go a long ways.
Is it a big river system with their creeks and everything
Yep.
in Winnebago? Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with Winnebago at all?
Yeah, I got Doug.
I like good answer.
I got Doug.
Good answer.
He's my friend.
So is that the tournament you're looking forward to? Are you ready to go to Winnebago?
Honestly, I look forward more to the places that I've never been before. Fishes the same exact way. And it's actually crazy being, completely different sides of the country. And I can use the things that I learned up north
Right
to
on,
fish
man.
down here. So
we'll give another. This is Nugget. It's like Nugget
Yeah.
Day, right?
Yeah,
So-
Nugget Day, yeah.
Very excited to announce for that event will be presented by Hero Beverage,
Nice.
right? So a new sponsor we just brought on. But that will be our single biggest event of the year. So
Elaborate on that.
We've got a lot of really big things planned for the venue with the city of
So we're
Oshkosh.
finally getting the steel cage match, a chance, right?
Yeah,
No, all
still barbed wire match.
Yeah.
So but we're very excited about that one. I'm very our production company is right there in Appleton.
Yep.
Doug, it's the real shot. The Fixed Media, Brian, and all those guys. Our new marketing company, everything is pointed towards that event for mega crowds, mega event.
So, bro, that's what
Yeah.
I want to know.
Absolutely.
everybody's going to catch them.
Okay, cool.
I can't say everybody's going to catch good ones,
right.
but
Well,
everybody's going to catch them.
Okay, good deal.
Yeah, so
Where are you from, John?
Leland, Mississippi.
Leland, Mississippi. Okay.
Yeah, it's where 82 crosses the Mississippi River.
And what's your fishing down there? What's your home
Fish
lake?
River oxbows. We got Lake Ferguson that's phenomenal. It's on the Mississippi River system. But my favorite lake would be, I guess, Lake Washington, which is a landlocked oxbow down around Glen Allen, Mississippi.
Okay.
Yeah, later is 36 foot. So that same place that you got into when it was 52 foot, you can't get into it anymore.
Right on.
So you got to go somewhere else. It's always changing, but we don't have grass. And I got my son with me here. We were so excited. We're gonna go throw a frog in some grass, swim to you against some grass. And I told him the other day, day before yesterday on the way down, you're going to be sick of grass when we get through. He told me today, he's like, look, man, just find me a willow tree to throw by. I'm tired of some grass.
It's overwhelming. It is. It's crazy.
It's hey, go throw a frog in grass. It's like go flip trees at Wright Patman.
Yep.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
Right, like-
pretty much.
But
Yeah.
that was fun too.
Yeah, we're
Cool place.
Yeah.
Everybody, we'll be back at Wright Patman.
Yeah,
We're gonna have to be back at Wright
figured
Patman.
that.
It might be where the championship is. No, it's not gonna be.
No, we can't get around.
No, I'm just kidding. It won't be. Where are you looking forward to going to? Anywhere in particular, or you just go with the flow?
Just let it roll.
I say you got that kind of.
Yeah, I'm just.
You seem like that good old boy that's just laid back, go with the flow until somebody crosses you, and then you'll.
That's me, bud. Yeah. That really is.
That's the vibe I
Did you
get.
see the race car driver come out?
Yeah.
Yeah, you should have seen me today in that dead gum canal or ditch or whatever we were going through. It was some. Oh, y'all.
You're
just have no idea.
what? So are you in the Bullet? Or you got your Bullet?
I got
back?
the bullet now.
Okay.
Yeah. But the other boat, it's not enough boat for here.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
So, well, that thing idles at like 30 miles an hour, right? Like,
Yeah, pretty much. It was the canal was. I got something on my Snapchat. It's pretty good.
oh, I got to check that out.
Yeah,
What's your Snapchat?
good job.
I don't know. John.
Come on,
John
Bobby.
Policini, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, my Snapchat's John Policini.
If you only had someone to feed you that information.
Yeah, well, I know. I don't do a whole lot of Snapchat, but like I said, I got my 18-year-old with me today. And
There you go.
And Crystal's on social media. Social media. I was like, well, I can't really put this on social media because what was going on in front of me was retarded. So I gave it to him, and so he starts filming it, and it's pretty good.
Well, dude, I want to ask you this, man. Here you are. It's one of the biggest times of your life, literally, coming to being part of the National Professional Fishing League, and you're out here and we're traveling from these new places you've never been, and you're bringing your 18-year-old son. How does that feel as a dad, like being able to bring your boy with you to be a part of this with you?
That's unreal. I mean, that's the reason that I'm here. I mean, really, that's the reason I bought the Bullet is because of him. I mean, I wish the other one could come. He likes working more than anybody I've ever seen, so he don't really care that much about getting up early and going fishing.
Yeah.
He likes to fish, but not early. But yeah, bringing my sidekick with me, it's fun.
Does he enjoy fishing as much as you?
He does. This is here I am fishing a professional trail, and I fished less this year than I ever have really fished together other than pre-fishing for these tournaments. So
Is that
we're
right?
having a ball. Yeah, we're having a ball.
So, man, that's something I don't think the public knows that we let you guys do that, right? So, immediate family,
Yep.
right, can be in the boat with you, and they can fish during practice. I don't think John Policini is going to win the Harris chain because his 18-year-old son is out there spending time with his dad in the boat, right? So we allow that, and I'm very proud of that fact because it's great family time. We've got dads and daughters and moms and wives.
Yep.
And it's like, hey, man, can my wife come? Absolutely. Yep. So that's a big deal, man. I'm super glad that your son can come and enjoy
good time
it.
together. And, I mean, you've been around him, too.
Yep.
So
he did some work for us, like volunteer. Like, hey, man, if you need help doing this, absolutely. If he wants
he
to help
loves
us.
wrenches, too.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, the first thing he said, look at that four-wheeler, three-wheeler.
Hey, he can go there and start turning. He can rebuild that carburetor if he feels like it. I'm fine with that. So, what we got? We're going to wrap her up?
Yeah, man.
All right, Bobby. Hey, don't holler at me. I'm sensitive. Doug, let's talk about some people at home you want to say hi to. Let's talk about some sponsors you want to thank. And let's tell everybody where they can come follow you on all your social medias.
All my social media is at Doug Chapin Fishing. All of them, pretty much, besides Twitter. I don't do that. My family is watching. I think my dad and my mom and my dogs probably.
What's your dog's name?
Oakley and Liberty.
Oh, that's two cool names. What kind of dogs are they?
Labs.
Labs.
Yep.
Nice. Can't go wrong with a lab.
The female one's super hyper, and the other one's just
Has your demeanor?
He's the biggest dude ever. Just
Yeah.
chill. Just doesn't care. Whatever. Rolls with it.
Yeah. Sounds like you.
Without Colosso Toyota, I wouldn't be doing this at all. So, big thank you to them. All my other sponsors, you guys have truly helped me get to where I am right now. So definitely appreciate you guys too. So,
awesome, man. What you got, John?
First thing I'd like to do is thank all the people that I work with at Local Seed. Well, I'm not really missing anything right now, but the last two derbies, we were planting corn during Eufaula, we were planting soybeans during Wright Patman, and my colleagues stepped in and helped me out a ton. So I'd like to thank them first and foremost.
That's
Local
awesome.
Seed, Omega Custom Tackle, my darling bride, she doesn't travel well, so she doesn't come with me none. And she and my boy that's with me now, they just got back from a week-long trip somewhere in Mexico. If something would have happened, I couldn't have found them because I don't even know where they were. But they literally came home, and he got home on Thursday. Both of them, we left Friday morning, so I really hadn't seen her in about 2 weeks. But her and my oldest son, Cade, they support me, and I wouldn't be here without them. They're also, I mean, both of them, the whole family's like, you got to do it, Dad. You got to do it. Of course, my oldest son's like, look, you're getting too old. You need to go ahead and do this because you're not going to be able to do it much longer. So that's why we're here. But I'd like to thank them.
That's cool, man. Tell them where to follow you again.
It's John.Policini on Facebook, and it's The Racing Fish on Facebook and on Instagram.
Awesome, man. Appreciate both of you guys.
Snapchat.
You guys did great. Appreciate you, brother.
Thank y'all for having us.
Hey, man, our pleasure. Hey, Brad, I want you to do something, man, before we close out.
Oh, man.
No, man. I want you to wish the folks at home a happy Memorial Day and just give a little piece of that because we talked a little bit about it earlier and what it means. And, we got some – Jeff was in the service, Doug in the service, yourself.
Man. So, hey, today we're at the end of it now, right? But if you didn't, take some time tonight, sit down, and just think about everything you love and you cherish in your life, and you need to thank a veteran. And just take a second, man. There's people who are here who are sacrificed, not just the deceased and the guys who didn't make it home, but those families that are living without a loved one because that whole family made the sacrifice. That's what Memorial Day is, right? Barbecues, picnics, all that stuff is great. It's a day of celebration in remembrance of those people and those families. So take a minute, reflect, be thankful, and celebrate the life of someone who didn't come home to go out there and do things for you and your life. So on behalf of the NPFL, I want to thank everybody for listening. B, John, Doug, thank you guys for being here. A little longer show tonight with the host coming on. It was awesome. She was special. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. We'll be live from another venue. Do it, B.
All right, folks, that's a wrap, man. Fat Guy Newton, Doug Chapin, John Policini. Policini. I feel like Al, because Al's always botching it. I will never mess it up again. Policini. I'm done. Appreciate you guys, man. Remember, man, TNPFL.com for 21 hours of live coverage Thursday, Friday, Saturday with David Dowley, Luke Duncan, and your boy Bean. Dude, you got a long way, but can't even hear, Bobby.
Hey.
That's a wrap, folks. And remember, happy Memorial Day.
We'll break you off some tomorrow. We'll make it right.
All right. Toodles.